And safety goggles, that's fine.
Last left off. Party.
Hey, my science.
In the middle of correctly, they pick up a contract for a safety inspection.
Yes.
Totally.
Anything else you in the port city for you?
Yes, I want to know about weapons, availability of, and rough costing. Like, because last session we got dumped in a scenario with like no weapons. So I don't know what. I mean, yeah. Are there gun shops? Are there lightsaber shops?
Arm is military complex. There's probably novelty machinery. Could get like a $50 down a couple cobbled together. The same price, but it does more things and has a higher fail rate.
All right. Okay.
So it's like if you want just a box standard gun that works for the military, want a gun that also fires suns and black holes, you go down a few levels.
Right. Speaking of military, we're technically enrolled, employed, part of the military. Yes, as grunts.
You're basically on call, like technically a civilian as far as like they're concerned. Not
Right.
gonna
Okay.
beyond just stay out of act out back in line. But
Right. So
as far as like military,
right. So we're sort of enlisted, but not really. We're like
like a
territorial
reserve.
army. Yeah. So because I suppose that answers my next question about requesting arms from the military, but they'll just laugh at us and go, "No, go back to your desk job."
Probably, yeah.
I mean, if you walk up to the military, they might look at you funny when you start asking for guns. But if you do
Well,
want to join the military, like fully, you could get shipped off to some edge planet and fight against some aliens and come back with some cool weaponry that way.
yeah.
Maybe Hark, when you have a few drinks, you can try off your charisma rolls and just bullshitting the quartermaster into giving you weapons.
Well, I thought if we're part of the military, we can go, "Hey, quartermaster, can we get just like a pistol because we're off world?" But if we're more reserves, then they'll go, "No." So no, that's fine. Is it worth? Let me just check my wallet. I've got some wallets. So you say I can get like a brand new out of the box pistola for 50 credits.
Well, I didn't say it was brand new. I said it was military refurbished.
Ah,
Know what
right.
they
Oh,
say about military.
right. Okay.
Also, what's the cost of ammo? I mean, the pistol might be 50 credits, but if the ammo is 500 a piece.
Yeah. It's just like printers. The gun's really cheap, and then they fuck
Exactly.
you over on the ammo.
Suddenly Don't
Yeah.
playing Stalker, where the ammo is the currency. It's a good question, basically.
So yeah, that is a valid question, and the answer is it depends. If you have a railgun, your ammo is anything even remotely magnetic, especially free, but you could buy. If you get a kinetic pistol, like the kind you'd probably modern day. That's probably going to cost you about 10 credits for a box of.
That's doable though.
It's doable. It's not cheap and it's not expensive. Kinetic weapons aren't extremely popular because there's more effective ways of putting holes in things, but they still get the job done when everything else gets.
Hmm.
We're just doing a. What's the mission we were doing? We're just doing like an inspection thing, weren't we?
Yeah.
In a mine.
In a mine. I'm just wondering if it's worth just getting just a little pew pew in case we've got to, I don't know, extort somebody or shoot somebody or something. I've got 100, 140 buckaroos.
Yeah, I mean, I have my fancy knife, but that's about it.
Yeah, I've got a hammer with 2 scalpels taped to it, but you know.
No, it was like 8 scalps.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. A number of scalpels taped to it. Which I imagine is quite intimidating.
I know, I'd be
Is it
concerned
possible
if
to
someone
get
walked up with a sledgehammer and a bunch of scalpels taped to it. Just like, oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. I'm here for the inspection.
I will be your doctor for this evening. Oh no.
um how much are but does this station sell railgun, handheld railgun, pistol, rifles?
So they sell kinetic, plasma based, and EMP based weapons. So they have a shop for it, kind of more niche thing in this part.
Right.
They like their.
Right, fair enough. You say there's a plasma, is that energy? But no, plasma's not really energy based, is it?
So it's
Plasma.
not Star Wars plasma rifle. It's more like
No.
it fills a plastic ball with plasma and then thumps it forwards like a tennis cannon. And then
Right.
by the time it
All right,
gets to
yeah,
your
yeah.
target, it's melted plastic and it just kind of destroys whatever it gets near.
Right. Okay. Hmm. Can I find a shop that sells a normal kinetic pistol and a box of ammo?
Sure you can. There's one right there.
Awesome. Are they having a Black Friday sale by any chance?
No, but they are having an
Okay.
Easter sale where it's half off.
Oh, cool.
Ooh,
I can get
do you
10
get
of them.
a nice rabbit ears with it?
Yeah. Yeah, can I get a nice
Yeah.
rabbit inlaid grip?
The store owner is a old. He does not.
I will not mention that he is. Okay, yeah. Okay, if possible, I would like to purchase one of your pistols, please, kind sir.
Gestures to a display rack beneath him. Pegboard of guns behind.
I have a feeling about the look of their Easter sales poster. I've posted it in the Discord as usual.
Nice. Yeah, I suppose I'll just get a basic looking gun. I don't know gun. Sorry, I'm too English for this sort of gun thing. So just a handheld pistol.
When you say handgun pistol, pulls a key off of his belt loop. Below him, kind of scans over and grabs one that looks basic off of the sit on the counter, and this machine at the counter types in a few things on the holograph display, makes a very analog cashier sound, ching, displays a price.
The price
Nice.
is. How much was the price? Sorry.
50.
50 credits. I'll ask him, does that come with a free box of ammo?
It's half off.
Yes, please.
Put a box of it to the gun.
Awesome. I'll take it and then I'll wave my credit-laden hand towards him. Or the machine, or chip and pin, or...
They take an apparatus off the side of it that looks very much like a barcode, and it beeps when it passes over.
Cool. Awesome. So I now have pistol. Plus the box of 20, did you say?
Yeah.
Cool.
Pistol 5.
Well, little did he know I was next in line. I want something similar, but I want a flashlight attached to it, I assume.
Was that
Yes.
flashlight? Or
Yes.
flashlight?
Hang it, Bob.
Sorry, you broke up a bit then. I was a bit confused. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course,
Alright.
of course. Understandable, especially at Easter.
So you want a flashlight. Put a pistol on the top that's neon green, pink, and black pinstripes. And
Perfect.
it's
Awesome.
labeled as tactic.
Oh,
A
nice.
mounting rail. All 4 sides of the tiny little pocket flashlight on the bottom. They ring it up, and this one costs 80 credits.
Alright, and I would like 2 boxes of ammo with it. Assuming that would make it 100 credits.
Pistol 15 rounds.
Alright. Do you have some fancy holster to go with it? Alright, thanks. That was it for me.
Put it in the it for
Is this an open carry state?
I'm good, thanks.
Right.
and sleeve.
Ooh.
Yep.
Now what?
Well, we leave.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll go to the ship and then go to his job. Job.
Let's ask Vi if she needs anything specific. Maybe we are out of noodles.
Good idea. Okay. Yeah. Go to the ship and ask Vi if she needs any noodles. Just noodles. I'm not going to ask her if she needs anything else.
Perfect.
So you guys head over to
Yeah.
Sweet home.
home, sweet home indeed. I didn't quite catch the.
Yeah, we'll tell her we've got a job to inspection of mining facility. Does she need any noodles before we head out?
But I need to refresh the page. My roll 20 is bugged. Keep scrolling down. Oh crap. Now I only get one tile loaded. Okay, it's fine now. I got only one ship tile. Subfi, we are gonna do some inspection work at the mining colony. I tell you the coordinates. Do you need any noodles before we leave?
Shopping. Tired of.
Alright, just noodles then. Okay, bye. Guys, she wants noodles. Probably other things too, but noodles.
All right. Okay.
Are you implying that it's your new?
Perhaps. She only will see him when flying and might shock her into, I don't know, flying us into something.
All right. Talk about it.
I guess
Yeah. Do we all need to go, or does just one of us pop to the shop?
I'll hop out for some let's see, I have 123 credits remaining, so I make it a nice 100 and I buy 23 credits in random noodles and hop back on board.
A lot of noodles.
Random noodle. Okay. Buy 500 pounds of cup noodle.
Yes. Get in.
That'll teach Vi to get tired of something.
Is that actually what you're just whatever?
Yeah, it's okay for me. It's just for the ship ration, so I'll forget about it anyway. It's not like I'm carrying it around.
Cool.
It's a ship has a water filter and built-in heat.
Ooh, I would assume something like that, but otherwise we could probably rig something up.
Yeah. I just assume all ships come with kettles. Anyway, how else are we supposed to drink tea?
How very foolish of you. Every ship is equipped with a kettle.
I mean, our tanks come with them, so why come with them?
Tanks also had the mounted on the outside and guns mounted sideways.
Well, can't have everything. We need to make space for the kettle.
You gotta have room for that kettle.
Yeah, very important for morale.
Not even like full thing, it's just sitting there hanging for.
So we've got Craters noodles. I assume we've got some coordinates for.
Yeah, you guys would have reviewed the solar address for.
No, right, cool. I suppose I'll head up ship and inform our wondrous captain of where we're going and what we're doing and why.
From the port. It's going to take about a month to travel there.
Ah,
I don't really skipping over guys are going to have to figure out a way to entertain yourselves. Cramped spaceship, only each other, and and cup noodles and bioprint.
Well, that sounds. So, I mean, one thing I'm gonna do. Did I make apple? I made apple schnapps last time, didn't I?
Did.
So what I need to do this time is after a certain length of time, I'll need to cold crash my my next brew to make sure it's cider rather than apple wine.
Well, luckily, notes for the party who didn't actually play a session because they were scheduling. They become notes for you.
Yeah. Cool. In that
Very
case,
strange. This is the first time you've looked at the date on the computer. It's not jumped ahead a whole like.
yeah, it's very disorientating. We know exactly where we are and what we're doing. It's confusing.
It's a whole new thing.
Yeah, I need to sleep it off.
It's so confusing.
I'm
Yeah.
taking a nap first.
All right.
I am totally looking if our fancy 3D printer can print one more thing, and if I can make an attachment for my fancy attack knife on top of my fancy weapon. Yes, which will hold my super cool bone knife.
If you just be there for a functional,
Ah, no, looks are fine.
then definitely have enough material. Just look nice. But if anybody even like lightly against it, that thing's going to start cracking.
Yeah, I explained to everyone that this weapon is all about intimidation.
I'll say, hey, I've got one of them, and brandish my hammer.
See, perfect.
And knife on low back right. It's going to shoot and stab at the same time.
Reciprocating stabby. Yeah.
Oh, God, I've never thought of that before, but that would suck.
Yeah.
Just shot. Ah! Stab. Ah!
Double ow.
Perfect.
Just the most ineffective sewing machine.
Oh, God.
But that will probably take me some time to design and 3D print.
Probably. What are you? Captain, having a nice.
Yeah, just chewing fat, asking her what she gets up to on a downtime. Has she met any more? 1 second. Has she met any more Barrys? I can't remember his fucking name.
Keith?
Keith. Yeah, she met any more
Not
Keiths.
sure.
Yeah, terrible with
On the
names.
maintenance team at that weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Does she get off the ship much, or you know?
But comes with built-in. Guys got sometimes there's some online games that sometimes if there's nothing on in the ship.
Oh, nice. Is EVE Online still a thing, or is that? I suppose. Yeah, nice.
Of course,
Cool.
of course. Right.
5 thing.
I mean, why play Eve when you can fly your own ship? For real.
Oh, is Star Citizen finished? Ask about that.
Oh, yeah.
No, Star Citizen never actually finished.
They are still
They're
working on
still
it.
working on it.
Yes. Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
They were almost done with it. Then people created like affordable spaceships at $1 million. And then suddenly, oh well, now our game's not realistic anymore. We gotta start over. Can't be here designing billionaire yachts for space when life billion is so much better.
Yep.
Well, when Vise has time to sort of like relax, I'll engage her in talk. And she's blind, isn't she? So can't really play. Does she have like braille playing cards? I don't know. Is that a thing? Does she play cards?
Going along travel line.
Yeah.
And while she's in the pilot seat, she can see things. Fire ship through.
All right. Cool. Well,
Able to play cards with you. Have a set.
that's a very good question. I possibly don't have a set of playing cards.
Alternative bridge bay and terminals connected.
Yeah, I'll see if she wants to play some online games, cards, or any form of game that she wants to play, or Minecraft 2, or
Terminals in use though.
oh yeah, she's playing. Oh, sorry,
Hmm.
French.
Yeah. Well, I suppose you can use it too on the side. It's okay.
Ah, cool. Yeah, all right. In that case, I'll play some games with the captain.
All right. Ask you if you want.
Mom said it's my turn on the computer. Yep, sure.
I'm just
I'll play whatever game. I'm easy. You'll have to teach me, so I hope that's okay.
What are you doing?
I will practice with my LED stick.
Oh, okay.
Good idea.
I hope you're not practicing.
No, of course not. Yeah, no, I'm practicing on Vi.
Hey, wait, what?
I'm gonna see if there's anything to protect the hull. I see something wooden here.
There's the lid of the crate here.
Yeah, I used the lid probably and then prop it up against the wall. And sling lead at it. I have
Good thing
1,000
about
feet, I can
lead
use
is
a bit.
that stick doesn't scrape it up and
Nice. That's even better.
so practicing and so it's half rate. How many hours are you going to be doing that for?
Well, I'm gonna be yeah, sorry, I'm eating chips as well. Crisps. Like half of my time will be just lounging and sleeping, and half of my time will be reading about using a LED stick, and the other half will be practicing. So that's 3 halves. That's not that's not possible. Wait, like 1/3 of my time.
No, they're right. You can perform things in halves if
I can lounge and read up at the same time. Hard to read when you're sleeping, though. So yeah, how many hours are there in a month? I don't know. I don't know how much I
Several.
sleep.
A couple, I think.
Yeah, at least 12. Month.
About 730.
How many?
So
Thirty.
is it a 30-day month?
Yeah.
Is a day 24 hours?
I mean, if you're off of Earth calibrated, but Vi's from Earth.
Okay. So it's probably.
You guys just never had any complaints about change it.
So. 245 hours? Give or take? Say 200. I have to get into the practice first. Yeah. Then I read up on it, so my knowledge increases on it as well. Just not practiced in it yet, probably.
About you. Oh well, that's a cool. Get a whole 4 to your skill with it as your.
And what weapon would that be? Because I have several here.
The
Oh, it's a separate proficiency.
it's separate per, and that's just as in newer versions, the weapons are broken up into based on.
Ah, okay. But we don't use that yet, so I can ignore those on the character stick. Right.
Yeah,
So I have a
just
+4.
It's just a little thing that goes.
Yeah, I don't know those either, but I assume that now that I'm practicing with it, I figure those out.
Yes. So now that you've had some time to actually like down and figure this thing out, you can actually start burning through some of the gained. For 5 experience, figure out that you can actually stick at lead to go and spin it all the way around the world yo-yo style and flick lead with just a little bit extra oomph, and you're basically doubling the range that
Nice.
it kind of makes your arms sore after a while. Like, you probably shouldn't do that every time you attack. That's why it costs 10 XP. The other thing you can do is...
Wait, I'm sorry. I figured this out for 5 XP and now it costs 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. The next thing costs 10. I got it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Check.
The next thing is 10 because you basically stab it forward like a rapier. Messing around with it, kind of swinging it like a sword. Actually, this thing's sturdy, even though it telescopes. Stab at the wall a couple of times. If you dent, it's like, oh yeah, that works. So you can use it as a piercing weapon. A D10 fast attack.
D10 fast piercing. Alright. So that's 15 XP.
That one is.
Yeah, so with the other one together is 15.
Can't combine XP. One. Going to do.
I am so confused. Does it use XP to
Yeah.
use it?
Yeah, you pay
Wow.
XP and then skill.
Okay. That's new. Alright.
The way to turn.
Yep.
And the third thing that you can do is 15 XP. It's a 5 here, basic like that. You can actually load up the chamber with multiple shots and kind of put it in a molten state long enough to get an extra knob of it out, and this would apply an extra 10 damage to your attack for each time you
Load multiple shots. Plus 10 per shot. Cost is 15 XP. Alright.
that one works. Pay 15 XP. Counts how many shots you're loading into the chamber, and then same turn you fire all shots.
Yeah.
Flicking. Flung at you.
I assume there's an upper limit.
No. You can start packing it in there until it's coming out of the tip, because by the time it gets there, it's off.
So
Magnetic.
there's an upper limit.
There's no upper limit to it. The magnetic fields that the stick generates keep it centered, even if it's stuck on it.
Yeah, but I can't fill it with 10,000 feet of solder. Because that won't fit in the same space.
Could just turn into a just slowly cramming an entire ingot of silver into the fucking bay with a stick. Like, hold on, reloading.
If you
Take me
do
a
it
minute
really
here.
nicely in a certain shape, you can build a 3D printer using the extrusion material.
I was gonna say we have a new way of opening things, I guess. Just keep packing the things and it will just
Have a
extrude.
new really slowly.
We have time sometimes. We have time now, so oh, okay.
Like a even.
I walk by, notice this, and ask, can you make me some weapon attachments?
Hold
Use a
on,
bolt.
I'm learning here.
Doesn't matter what, as long as it fits.
Yeah, but when the nozzle size is half an inch rather than half a mil, it's gonna be a bit crude.
I can make you something really long and sticky. Like stick-like.
Nah, never mind.
And soft.
What you could do is something that you cast with bioprinter, hold like, the end down over it and just melt material into.
Kind of funny.
It's an extruder.
And if it cools down enough, will it be usable as, for example, a way to mount a knife to a weapon?
Unfortunately,
Maybe?
lead is still very malleable. Have some
It-
other scrap material around that it can.
Yeah, we can put some. Well, we can put some nails already in the mold, so it just binds it together.
Let me read up on it. I'll get back to you. I do read up on using other types of
Okay, so you go
materials.
on the extra net and you read about various other of find out that there are stronger versions of spider coils, and there's even like a kit you can buy to modify them yourself.
Nice.
It appears to be a very customizable, very personalized.
Alright. Learned something new.
pretty basic. It's a coil of wire with a really strong magnetic field coming from a circuit and really strong battery. It's pretty easy to modify.
Basic works. I'm basic, so.
I remember those gifs of people heating up a bolt until it's molten metal inside a coil. Videos.
Yeah.
It's just like that. Except you don't need
Good.
an entire building to do it.
What a shame. Imagine having a portable building and being able to mount it on your pistol.
Remember when computers used to fill up an entire room in a building, you guys? And they only had like 1 megabit of memory?
My a brother of my grandfather on my mother's side was a computer building technician. They used to construct special floors for the computers to stand on.
Wow.
That had to be able to absorb all the vibrations and be exactly flat and have magnetic shielding and all that kind of stuff. In like 1960, 1950, 1960, around that time. Super specialized.
Some intent.
There is that nice picture of a big mainframe being dragged into some building in London, I believe, and then somebody holding a Raspberry Pi in front of that.
Yeah.
The comparison. This has 1 million times the memory of that thing over there.
Cool.
Alright, so
happy
is there
is-
anything else you
No, I'm just gonna drink a lot of alcohol and play a lot of video games with the pilot. It's definitely useful. And not at all a reflection on real life.
know?
I brush up on my what do you call that? Like the system that you have in Shadowrun, and you can have an affiliation with a certain class, or like you can have academic, and you can have street tuck and all that kind of thing, and that means that you have a charisma bonus when speaking with people from that group.
Like streetwise or.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But
No.
if you have the academic modifier, you have 10% charisma bonus when talking to people in an academic setting, and more dialogue options and stuff.
Scientists, you mean?
I guess. Anyway, I'm going to read up on how how miners communicate, what their kind of languages, and also on safety things. So I have some charisma bonus. At least I should sound like I know what I'm talking about.
I really youngster is going trying to be insulting her. And it's like you're not even sure if they're like see about everything, because all of the language is like super sanitary and like there isn't a, but you still get the feeling that you're supposed to be upset.
Very nice.
It's very much like go commit toaster bath.
It's somebody saying, "May your pillow always be hot on both sides."
May you feel a vibration from your phone and not receive a message.
Very nice.
We have a good sticker pack that fits well here.
Yeah, it's full of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks like it sounds like something I can spend some time on during the trip to get at least a little bit more used to.
Alright, Right.
That might come in handy.
How many hours are you internet?
Oh, phew. I mean, probably half of my awake time. Need to be in the know. It's very important.
And you're gonna spend the other half of your bye.
Yeah, but I mean, we can do Euro tournament in quite a big group now. So
Yeah.
Quake 70.
No sleep, only internet.
Something like that. And of course, I was still designing and 3D printing my weapon mount and stuff like that. So I will probably be occupied for the remainder of the trip, I suppose.
Let's see. Because now in on for sort of getting to the edge of communication ranges a lot of, and this is turns out the only time you actually see another vessel is huge tanker vessel. Like, almost thought it was got to an angle on it, could actually see all of the different containers stacked up on it. And
Oh.
Are we delayed about a month because it's sideways in the shipping lane?
I was gonna say it. Does it look sideways?
no, it's actually cocked up and down, which is the wrong orientation for this. No, you're not delayed by it, but it is something that's not the inky darkness of space. Testably small points of light in the so Vi at least puts it up on their. You guys can see.
And we all go,
5 months.
ooh.
5 months, 5 weeks.
How many weeks does a month have?
Oh.
It
Oh.
was supposed to take 1.
Yeah.
Rolling on the table, it's taking a lot longer.
Fi. Where are we going?
And we lost.
Are we lost? Yeah.
It turns out she's just set the ship to half speed because she just wants to play more video games with us.
Leonard?
Now, Vi will explain that they put the coordinates in that you guys told them to, and the ship's navigating there automatically. Whoever told you guys that was not was a dumbass, was dumbass.
It was dumbass.
He, the definitive
2 years later.
dumbass.
Right.
On the chart here, the ship begins to vibrate. Sort of a
Ooh.
low rumble at first. Starts going up in frequency. Going up until it reaches the higher frequency, higher threshold of your. Stop hearing. Still feel it like pressure. Vi lets you all know that something just scanned the ship.
I move myself to the cockpit.
Yes.
Who,
Same.
what, where? Why?
You can see on Vi's console panning the cameras mounted on the outside of the ship around, but just ink black in all directions.
I'll go sit in the gun tube.
Met the guns.
Yeah, I'll mount the guns at the front, just in case.
Activating.
I'm just gonna sit at the seat for now until things change.
I'm gonna see if the
activate the guns. It shoots you up or down depending on.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sit in the tube for now and say I'm here. I'm ready to go if things get spicy. But I'm not going to activate the guns in case the thing thinks we're gonna get spicy. Shoots first. Just let me know if anything happens, Vi. Or oh wait, Wrench is on the. You're in the viewing dome, aren't you?
Wrench.
Yeah. Yeah, give us a shout if you see any pirates, and I'll shoot them.
Vi, do you have any
Go
idea
ahead.
what?
A perception check.
Who?
Bob, I think.
You, Nox. Yeah, you are in the observation dome.
Oh, right. Ta-da! Well, I see exactly half of the universe.
Yeah.
Exactly. One of your eyes is functional today.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Can you shapes? Oh. So, as you're looking around, cameras being, you notice that occasionally one of the stars in the background of space would kind of be out for a little, then it would come back. It's not any sort of really discernible pattern. Stare at it, the more you get an idea of an outline of something in space. It doesn't really look mechanical, organic. Something there.
Hmm. Right.
It's water.
Guys, there is something there. I don't know what it is, though. Can
Vi?
I...
Anything on?
Do we have some fancy flashlight I can shine in that direction?
There's the landing lights on the bottom of the ship.
Can they reach it? I mean, can they point in that direction?
Direction, I can shine the lights in that way.
Okay. I try and indicate in the direction where I saw most of the movement, I suppose.
I assume there's coordinates on the screen.
Yeah, good point. So I read those out.
Well, that works. And she enters the very mechanically pitch and yaw, and kind of all have to lean in your chairs because it doesn't take into account there are people aboard.
Smart. Right, I'll try take another look with the light shining in that direction, I suppose.
So, looking at the display as the lights swing around, kind of slows down. You see something like this swarm of tiny dots of black kind of feathering off to one side, getting out of the light. Whatever it is, it doesn't really come across clearly in the image, like being in the. And then the ship vibrates again. Same as before, the high.
Hmm.
You guys are still traveling, like, through space, by the way. Direction.
That's good. I mean, we need to get there somewhere, sometime.
Yeah. Is this thing like keeping up with us or just following us?
I explain all this to Vi and ask if she has any idea what it could be.
Not really. I mean, pilots like to talk about space krakens, but in
Didn't look like anything like that. It was more like a flock of bats, but then going really fast. I suppose. All right.
Oh, so
Excuse me.
How's the ship holding up? Does it have any negative? Okay.
yeah, all the Rito are reading with the
How's
line.
Fi feeling about it all? There's a more direct
I
connection with the ship.
is a little bit on edge. It to being things when they're in the pilot seat.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. And the AI?
Well, the AI doesn't really talk to you guys,
No, but I asked Fi.
offering full advice to Vi.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
do we want to send out a message or try and hail them, signal, or whatever it is, establish communications,
Will we throw out a message in a bottle?
or do we just power on it if it's following us? If we can shake it.
I mean, apparently we are already going at our cruise speed. So
Yeah.
how successful that is.
Will we go at faster than cruise speed?
Good questions. Can we Vi?
Warp. So far, it's
Ooh,
not doing anything. The ship, how is it making the ship shake if you put vibration in space?
At first, I just assumed you'd set your chair on too high, but I don't know.
I mean, maybe they bonk into it. Who knows?
Is that the only thing around us? Exactly.
Vi appears. Kind of space.
Sure.
Alright. Put on the
We have
spacesuit.
space.
Vent the gases in the storage silo. Not the storage. I'm still thinking about
Yeah.
in the storage bay. See what's going on outside the ship.
I put on a spacesuit. Spacesuit? Spacesuit. Spacesuit. I assume I clip myself to something, so I don't just fly off.
Yeah, there's lots of things.
Yeah, we've all got safety harnesses and
Alright.
high tensile rope.
And I
Wait.
do just that.
Do you want to borrow my awesome pistol?
I want to say, yeah, do you want a weapon?
I have a weapon.
Oh, yeah, you
Brandish
should.
my lead stick.
I just thought something slightly more wieldy in a single hand, but sure.
I have been practicing with this,
Yeah.
I'll hold my hands up and go, okay.
This
okay,
I know
okay.
how to use now.
I mean, but this has a flashlight.
Yeah.
And it's green.
Okay, so just I'm sure on if you the spacesuit, you put the harness on the outside onto something inside the ship.
Yep. I have the lead stick stuck to me as well. Grab the rope or whatever piece of the rope that we have. What was it called?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
got-
holding to the tether.
Yeah,
So,
but the lead stick is like we remote right now.
oh, you have a compact. Okay.
Yeah, and it's stuck. It's attached to my wrist.
Open the outside. To a step forward, right? It almost looks like the ship is covered.
Hmm.
You know what it is.
You know what it is? Do I have radio contact with the...
You do not actually. They shoot life support scavenged space station. They didn't care about this research.
Mm-hmm.
So you see this sooty sort of stuff. Now what?
Did you see it up?
Yeah.
Can I...
Totally those. Must be.
Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna poke it with my pokey stick.
Oh, that always sounds like a smart idea.
Yeah. Do it.
Right?
Alright. So
I extend my lead stick. It goes 6 to 12 feet.
extend your lead stick. Ice fly off of it. Starting to get really of poke at the strange stuff, and it almost seems to move out of the way before you touch it.
Right. I take my stick back and close the door.
Alright. The door is currently free. Yep, okay. Everything area begins gas,
Mm-hmm.
breathable.
I go back to the cockpit once I can. I keep the spacesuit on, only remove the helmet so I can talk easily. And explain what just happened. Just there's stuff on the ship and it seems to move on its own. Oh, and my stick is frozen now. So it freezes stuff. I'm gonna put this down for a bit.
I'm gonna put this down before I catch my death.
So we're covered in black soot. Yeah, that's what
Yes.
like. Could it be space jizz? And it's trying to mate with us.
What?
What?
Space what?
Hello?
What?
Well, I don't know. If it's not really affecting the ship.
I don't know. It was really cold on my stick. So it might make the ship cold? Does anybody feel cold? I don't know.
I don't think I'm cold, but I am wearing a beer jacket.
Oh. Wow, we suck.
Yeah.
Not. You hear the bay door open.
Ooh.
Ah!
What?
I ready my weapon and I shout, "Watch out, they're coming inside."
I close my spacesuit.
Yeah.
We have 2 spacesuits, right? Just 2.
Yeah.
Two.
I ask Vi if about the situation on air pressure on the ship. And
I just kind
Yes,
of
it's
shakes their head. What's going on? The door.
Hello?
oops. Oh. Did his connection just die?
think it might have.
Oh,
Hey!
you're back.
Um,
It just went, yeah.
yeah,
That
the
was it.
internet cuts out sometimes. Everyone in the entire apartment complex has the same network. Can't handle it.
Oh, that's
Lovely.
It's a dumb way.
yeah, exactly. That's why. So Vi doesn't know what's going on in the other compartments, basically.
Yeah, so Vi shakes their head. They say it's not open.
But
So something's messing with ship sensors. Or with Vi.
yeah, I'm gonna take a look. Next door.
Right.
French, are you in the
Mark.
other suit? Or are
Yeah,
you-
shall we roll for it?
Yeah.
Let's roll it. The under the highest one takes the suit. Oh,
So happy you get through
Oh.
the
Off you go.
airlock. Well,
Cool.
first you go up to the airlock and it says pressure's normal. You step through and pressure is in fact normal. Closed.
Alrighty.
Now that you're actually here, hear it open again. Doesn't.
Guys, we've got gremlins.
And,
Or
is it-
poltergeist.
are they space parrots?
Yeah, a space kangaroo.
I think
Are
there's...
they mimicking the door noise that I heard?
Oh god, it's shapeshifters.
Are there more doors that make this sound on the ship?
I assume all the doors do. Wow.
Is pneumatic. Interlock door. Ones that actually open it. Blind properly.
Oh, I remember that from before, yeah. In that case, I'll shout hello really loud and then wait for I'm sort of half expecting to hear my voice back again. And if I do, I'll
How
shit
loudly
myself.
are you
Panic.
saying
Oh.
that? Like,
How
are
loudly?
how loudly are you like shouting it right at the?
Yeah, as loud as I can. That's still coherent.
Dude, what before you do it?
I'm
Sorry,
blind,
I'm just
not
Go,
deaf.
You hear what from where I am.
I thought you'd come back to tell. Oh, did you not come? Yeah.
Yeah, but I also went back at the end to the
Oh,
hallway.
right, okay.
I wanted to check on the wings, but you go first. Then you shouted.
So you don't hear.
Okay.
I'm gonna check the wing. Rotary door rotaries?
Rotorizers?
Just say,
What?
everything
Huh.
seems normal.
Yeah, I spent
lead
quite.
in the corner is still there.
I was gonna say I spent quite some time here. I should notice anything off.
Cover for the is still sounds like
They might be making that sound.
Let's see if all the blinky lights are blinking that should be blinking.
all right.
If there
Lights
are
are
blinkies.
Side and
Yeah, just the ones that I would normally see.
oh, okay. So operator lights.
Yeah, like
Got it.
just by being in this room.
Okay. 9 and 43. So going off of the lights, like efficiency actually off to and some
Hmm.
Is that normal?
Ask why.
I ask why. Walking back. Bye. Should the left engine be dropped by 86% since we left? 68,
sitting
what
at
was it?
89 when we took off. A little bit of degradation is normal. Been out here for like 5
I don't know.
5 weeks. Okay. So yeah,
I've been busy.
That tracks about a
Yeah,
All right.
that's not too bad then.
Well, everything seems normal.
Ah, cool. Let's carry on then.
Except for the stuff on the whole hull. But,
I'm sure it'll wash off.
Appy. As you're walking forward, you actually hear a faint glow come from right wing.
Well,
I think we're inside an echo chamber type of thing.
hmm.
You flew into something.
Bob,
Hey, you're back. Wait,
actually,
you fell
Bob
away,
and
dark. You fell away. We didn't hear anything about after a faint hello.
that's all.
Oh, okay. Where did it come from? That is what
It
missing.
comes from the right.
Okay.
As you were.
Yeah.
Did it
See?
sound like Hark's voice?
It's hard to hear through too.
Yeah.
But
Fair.
Bob and Appy and Vi, and you guys all hear the door open again.
Right.
I'm going to explain that I heard the hello and I'm going to check it out. Anyone want to come?
I'll come. I'll cock my newly acquired pistol. Well, new, like 5 weeks ago. And I'll jump in the spacesuit since neither of us decided we were going to wear it. I think.
Oh, I think Nox was wearing it already.
Yeah, we rolled for it, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
You can wear it. It's okay.
Oh, yeah. Quick
I will sit
wardrobe
here and
change.
look at the cameras.
One quick wardrobe change later. I'll
Magical.
yeah. I'll follow Vid.
And immediately across the way on, you can see the streaks of vapor ice stuck to the wall here. They definitely like they too many patterns and being shaped of arranged in gun shape with a
Right.
That's weird.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that was there before.
No.
No. So it's not one. It's not a writing that either of us recognise, but it's clearly some form of script.
Closest could make an analogy to essentially Mandarin or symbolic
Angie.
So we should we write this down? What
Yeah, possibly. I'm just thinking. Did the stuff from the previous mission, the electronic tablet, notepad, and the body cam, did we hand them in to?
we handed in the body cam for sure.
Yeah. What about the?
pad and
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
So,
Can you remember it?
Yeah, sure.
we have we got pen and paper, or do we write it down? Yeah. I'll try and copy the script as best as I can.
right and writing it both happy sound of the bay door closing. And as you hear sounds, crystals forming, and the sound ends, they kind of solidify.
Huh. Well, it's definitely trying to communicate.
It is.
Whatever it is.
Well, I'm a bit stumped, to be honest with
Same. Anything recognizable about the new symbol, the writing on the wall? Did I really say that?
you.
It shares pattern.
Write that down too.
Yep. Okay. I'll write down the new pattern. So that the noise of the bay door was open for quite a while. Is that matching how long you were in there before? Just a new noise. I don't know. Yeah. Shall we go back to the other guys? Safety in numbers. Not that I'm paranoid or scared, but I'm gonna go back to the other guys.
Totally not scared or anything, but I want to go.
Yeah. I want my
Well, give
mommy.
me some pen and paper, and I'll keep writing if there's anything new.
Okay. I'll
You try figure this out.
Yep. Okay. Pen and paper, and then I'll go back and assuming I see nothing, I hear nothing in this hallway.
So you play that.
Yep.
And, yeah, she can. Cameras.
Good.
Wait, didn't Vi understand, perhaps also read Mandarin? Because she used to talk with me in Mandarin, I think.
She does know man.
Yes. Is it Mandarin?
It is not man.
Alright, does it mean anything to you, Vi?
Like these backwards.
Then I'm not there, but
Like mirrored or written backwards.
Yeah, like
I'll mirror the image. and rotate it in paint.
Nothing happening, so I'm joining you guys.
Right?
I will kind of talk through. It reminds. Did you guys ever do that experiment in science class where you poured a bunch of sand to a plate with a speaker under it and
I suppose.
yeah, it's kind of like that, but manipulate.
So there's something on the ship, and it's making symbols on the outside,
With
which we can
vibration.
see on the inside, because cold. Does that about sum it up?
I think I remember something about vibration actually being able to pull heat away from. That's it's feeding off of the.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it sounds intelligent. Or semi-intelligent, or...
Hard enough copy what sort of.
Yeah. Hmm.
How far away? Yeah, how far away do you reckon we are from? I say civilization. You know, in the loosest term.
If we hit warp.
Okay, so we're not taking this thing anywhere near them yet. That's good.
Let's try to communicate with it. Maybe can we? Do you think it can? I mean, it did move out of the way of your lead stick, so it can probably. It probably has some form of perception.
No. And we know it uses vibration.
Yeah, I did shout hello. So, I mean, I'm gonna throw this, go out on a limb here, and assume it doesn't speak our language.
No, but it
Because-
can mimic it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it might not have understanding of words. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe we need to. Start with something universal, like maths or whatever.
Maths. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I am totally still looking at the screens. Yeah.
That pattern.
Oh, interesting. So I tell this to the other guys. They are doing it on the wings now.
Ah,
The same pattern.
same pattern.
Can't we check the computer, or maybe do we still have an internet connection? Can we do an image search or something like this?
Yeah, we might not be the first to encounter this.
I said you guys are out on the fringes operation at satellites. You could maybe get an answer in a couple of days.
Hmm.
It's like dial-up internet out here.
We probably find some 4chan thread from 1995.
Which nobody answered to. Yes.
Guys, I've got this great idea for Doctor Who.
Guys, I saw this on my bedroom wall. Please respond.
I have this problem with patterns forming. Never mind, I fixed it.
Yeah, no answer how or why.
I don't know.
So, I mean, if it's feeding off heat, we could try going dark, shutting down, seeing if it's still interested in us, or if it goes.
I mean, it might come inside if we have heat inside. The alternative might be trying flares, like shoot a round of something not at them but far away. Since they can keep up with our speed, they might be able to keep up with the speed of the round and go after it because it's hot.
Hotter.
Ah, right.
More
yeah, like
hot.
more hotter.
Generally hotter.
Hotter.
You know,
Yeah.
steaming.
Worst case, they think we are being violent and eat us. That could possibly go
Yes.
wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
that might happen anyway, so.
Yeah, it could still. Could still.
Well, dark, it would messages
To communicate.
inside
Yeah,
that could come inside where support are still on.
No.
Make ourselves really hot. We if it even heat.
Yeah, do you notice anything different in the temperature readouts? Vi?
Um,
Do you even have
And if
readouts
you-
for that?
see what the is. The whole of the ship is actually. I don't know. Be able to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a little bit more worrying than.
Do we have some defrosters that we can turn on?
Yeah,
make
does
it
this thing
really
have?
hot in here, and that'll eventually make this thing. I've
Can
never encountered
we?
this, so I don't know what it's gonna do.
Can we side slip in this state, or is all movement?
Good, but that's given an option.
Yeah. No, I'm just making
I
sure
mean,
we've still got that emergency option.
I
For
remember finding
emergency.
lots of loot.
I also, yeah, there was lots of
I
loot.
remember my ship crashing into a planet under no power at all.
Yeah, that
And
was before
details.
that.
Yeah, but we
Don't
got
forget
through it.
about the loot fire. It's important.
Yeah.
Got a whole
from,
bar out of it.
Yeah, from that we upgraded the ship. You know, we've got weapons and more everything. So yeah, overall a net gain. No, I wasn't suggesting we do it immediately, but it's as long as we're still able to, then I suppose I'll be a little bit more comfortable.
Oh, interesting.
Mm,
Give me perception.
no.
I'm thinking we might still try firing the round. Oh, I see nothing, but I have a great idea.
All right, Bob. Happen to be up, glance up there. Notice there's symbols on the ceiling, and here, sort of hear faint footsteps.
Well, that's definitely something I want to point out and say, yeah, can you hear that? Can you guys hear the steps? Footsteps? Hello?
Well, I see it. I don't hear it. Apparently, I still had my my AirPods in, my music blasting.
You forgot to take.
Yeah. Oh, well,
So, what about firing that round before we freeze to death?
yeah, have we got any flare rounds or just round? Yeah, should I just fire a normal
Something hot.
something hot? Bullets are usually hot.
Not fired.
Make it hot out there, not in here. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Fire a Playboy.
Right. Okay. I'll jump in the gun tube. And fire a couple of rounds away.
How many
Not.
exactly?
Fuck it. I'll go for 3. I'll not fire it. I'll not fire it towards the knot thing, but I won't fire it in the opposite direction. If you see what I mean, I'll sort of like fire it perpendicular to it.
Don't fire in front of us because we will gain on it.
No. So where is it in orientation to the ship?
Last attacked, it was out of the light. So
Right.
it's safe to assume. Yep.
Right. Okay.
Guns themselves, the ones actually up.
Yeah. In that case, I'll shoot back across the ship, but sort of like along the plane of the ship, if you see what I mean. It's like along the length of the ship, but towards the back, but definitely not up. And I'll fire 3 shots. Yeah. In sort of this
From the
direction.
gunner's seat, you actually see sooty kind of almost form of ants pressed like they're two-dimensional ship. Rounds arc back home, sending out, and you can see the split kind of away from it in waves, like seeing ocean current crash against various shapes and details of the ship outwards. Eventually, they calm down and together.
Does the entity react at all?
That was it. This particular.
Right.
Everyone, pilots.
Oh.
I'll try to see if they chase after it.
They don't. They move out of its way and just resettle on the ship.
Yeah.
It just told you that.
Yeah, but I thought it just said it was firing again.
No.
Yeah, that was the echo.
Yeah. I'll come back
Oh.
We
down.
keep hearing.
I'll come back down and say I only fired that first round. That second round was the soot sprites.
It. Them.
Right. Can we throw a fiery barrel out of the bay or something?
I don't
Something
think.
that has less speed and still. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't. It definitely didn't like the shockwave of the gun. They didn't like it. It definitely reacted in such a way. So vibrations are a thing. We knew
5.
that, but it's definitely
Can you make the ship vibrate?
ooh.
Does it have a Valentine option?
No.
Make the ship harmonize, sort of.
Mm-hmm. Try that.
Great.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe shake them off.
I assume you can bring it
With
back.
the dampener. Sure.
Gone.
Flip up, covering switch, and push it, and almost immediately start to kind of rattle.
Mm-hmm.
The ice chips on.
Rens, do you see anything out there? How does it react?
I look outside and I suppose I do a perception check.
Alright, that perception.
I'm seeing a little bit more this time.
I also got a 56. Give me another one.
Ooh, that's the second time that happens with Nox.
It's supposed to be really rare. I don't know why.
Back. There you go. It's 57 this time.
So, as the ship begins to shake and see this moving along, it symbols across the entire hull settles on beats in a pattern. And this pattern gets mirrored inside of the ship. That's just because there's humidity in the air. Nice.
What's the symbol?
This is a triangle. It's almost like a fractal design, but when it gets up with the shape, the secondary fractal,
Right.
the tertiary.
I think you have the right idea about talking in math. I say to whoever mentioned that first.
Yeah, the only question is how are we gonna project that?
Well, I think we just did. We're just not sure what we said.
That's a good point.
So yeah, good point.
Why can you actively control the frequency of the vibration?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
Was that sarcasm?
that's perfect.
Yeah. How do we? Anybody know how to speak happy maths? Convey. Please, no eaters in maths.
I think I was the only student.
Hmm.
Maybe. What is an interesting frequency to? Yeah. I mean, we can settle on a single frequency to start and see if they mimic it. Something audible, probably.
Does the ship have loudspeakers on the outside?
No, but I suppose if we shake at about 50 hertz, that would be a low hum. It would be audible and see what they do. Or even sweep in between 50 to 500 or something like that.
No, a comedy show.
Yes.
Got any Christmas lights?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'll try fiddling with the knob and get some up and down swinging rhythm that is a frequency within the audible spectrum for us. Audible.
Audible. You need to watch more YouTubers who are sponsored by Audible.
Dang
Then
it.
you know what it
No,
sounds like.
you don't, because they get handed this like paragraph sent to say in like.
You can skip through that, but you know how to pronounce Audible
Yeah.
then.
Audible is a terrible company sponsored by. They act like don't act. If you mentioned that you could go read the book and
Yeah.
Anyways, fiddling with the knob.
Yes.
you're fiddling with the knob, and slowly you're
Yeah.
starting to make a sort of, I guess, alphabet of the various shapes that are. And you're starting to
Nice.
notice a pattern that these are in chunks of about 10 hertz separation.
That's a big alphabet.
it extends in.
Oh, if I go, does it repeat at some point? I mean, do they respond to harmonies and then go back to a character before, or is it all unique characters?
Character, and you guys stop making keep whatever the is,
Right.
and like when I say it extends into audible frequency, like you start going down into the low frequencies and the engines basically shut off, and they only send out like every minute or so, and it still has a symbol.
Hmm.
Neat.
Yeah, fancy, but how the heck are we going to comprehend that?
Yeah.
Of course, we have our super cool AI. Can we plug him into the system and see if he can help think things up?
I
And we
assume he
know-
is plugged in.
So it's funny that
We-
you mentioned that. Mortis has actually been recording the symbols showing up as you guys point them. And
Great.
he's actually been having a conversation with Vi through. After you guys are done going through that, it at least is able to. She suggests that maybe you guys should try shouting some more.
Yeah, I was just about to. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start shouting words like hello, friendly, eat, heat, please, no, dirty, friends, lovely.
Hello. Peace.
Yeah.
So are you guys just like a dictionary shouting?
Tell them you have cider for sale.
Yeah. I'll do stuff like me, you, hello, goodbye, boy, girl, then.
Papa, fumu, piep en zo. Basic language stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, basically the stuff that Duolingo goes through.
Oh, space do.
Yep. I am Space Duolingo. I polymorph into a little owl.
With a
Come
gun.
play with me now, or I will
Nice.
kill you.
Yes. A little owl with a gun. It's so accurate.
Looks like you missed your today's session.
Right.
So that's what we do. Well, that's what Hark does, and we agree. Because we don't stop him.
We agree via pass.
Yes.
Alright. So eventually you guys have higher diction. And
No, we didn't.
It was a travel-sized one.
Yeah.
We just told you we use basic language.
oh, okay, you make it through a very small dictionary.
Yes.
Yes.
And at first, just hearing the various sounds that you guys have reproduced the past 3 hours just repeated back to you in various spots on the hull, and then it starts kind of stringing them together one after the other. You're still getting random noises in there, but it is starting to sort of sentence.
It's learning. It means we don't
Ooh.
have to. Woo.
That's great.
We learned a few things though.
Hey guys, I had an idea. When we can communicate with them, whoever does it first. Apparently they need heat. Maybe we can drop them off at the star or something.
We don't know about that yet.
They've
We
made the
just
ship
know that they
colder.
use heat, but we don't know that they need it.
Yeah, that's a good point. But they are freezing us, so.
But we don't
No.
have any maneuvering capabilities left.
Yeah, so they need to lessen up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what are they saying?
The ship is Not on the inside, but it is definitely cold on the outside by now. All the sounds you guys have been making.
Crisp. At least some of the ice came off with all the vibrations.
Yeah, you guys hit a couple of vibrations, like hit the resonant frequency of the ice in a few spots, and it sort of breaks away on its own.
But you said it was forming a sentence. So what is the sentence?
It's like hello boy sound, guns firing.
We won't fire guns anymore.
Yeah. No gun, no fire.
But you are killing us. I say, shout at the ceiling.
Shouting to the heavens. Or are you shouting to the hells? Or to tell. Up in space.
I'm shouting in the void.
Old man yells at son.
Damn you, son! Nice. I need that t-shirt still.
Curse you, son!
Curse you, that was it.
Yeah, can we I suppose we try and between us, or we try and convey that we're in danger. It's hurting us, it's damaging us. Things to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
This
I'll
one, you guys are gonna.
Ooh, will my book knowledge help with this?
Yes, actually.
Ooh.
Nice. Whoa! What do I
Oh,
need
that
it?
will come in handy.
Well then.
Bob will help. Bob is very quick on it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Not as
Wow.
helpful as Knox.
I'm
Really
just
strong.
I've suddenly teach them all about humans, where our planet is, and that we have no defenses against.
Whoa.
Exactly where the planet's at, how we get past the pitiful defense it has.
Where our
Right.
atom bombs are stored.
Exactly.
That's fine. That's fine with me.
Useful
I'm not
things
even a
any
human.
spacefaring.
Yeah.
Appies. I'm helping. Here's
yes.
conjugation.
I'm here.
Happy slap somebody with the dictionary at random.
Yeah.
The
Happy
only
actually
time
slaps
you'll
somebody
ever
and
use
goes,
semicolon.
now an Oxford comma goes at the end of it.
This one's a little contentious. People aren't really sure if ampersand is a word or a letter.
Or if it's two words.
Yeah, I'm not helping, but I'm helping.
Ampersand is actually say.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it was at the end of the alphabet. So
Anyway,
do we teach it common? Galactic common.
Galactic. Teach it Earth.
In comic sense.
See if
yes.
actual
Nice.
coherent sentence here. Okay, so it forms a sentence. No leave. Form only.
Nah, guys, we have a puppy.
Dang it.
Terrified of this thing. Oh god, it's gonna kill us all. Lonely. Never mind, it's adorable.
Can we adopt it?
We
Can
have
we
a fourth
adopt
member.
the space horror.
um
Let's give it a little bow and a room to sleep in.
We'll stain a section of it red so it can give itself a bow.
So, guys, I've been thinking. I mean, they are not really big. I mean, there are a lot of them, and they are cold. But all
that
that
point.
heat has to go somewhere, right?
Mhm.
I mean,
About it. Stealth.
Yeah.
I guess if they stop using it for their fancy stealth stuff, maybe they will use less heat. So I'll try to. Any thoughts if we can get something hot outside the ship that is not hurling away at a high speed?
If we have to ask Vi where the nearest sun is, and then try and tell the creature we'll take it to better heat. If
But
it
then it's still lonely.
Every time you guys mention, I just remember that the thing is like stuck to the face of the hull, and like the only way you'd get it off is like flying into the star. It's like, this is a great idea.
yeah, it shall be fine.
If only we still had those fancy grenades.
Yeah,
Only.
yeah, Mu-18.
Someone sold them though.
So Vi does let you guys know that now that it's actually been a few minutes and whatever the thing is has stopped making the ship so damn cold. It is now at least ambient space.
Cool.
Thank you.
That is good
Thank
stuff.
you. Yeah.
Just,
We are thinking of a way to help.
it just takes a while for temperature to move through like 5 inches of.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
also the things must have warmed up a bit, I suppose.
I mean, the engines are pretty hot, but you probably don't want it in there.
No.
As you guys are thinking, is fiddling with things again.
Could we try with the lead stick to just drip out a bit of lead without flinging it away, seeing how they respond to that?
I don't know if it works in space.
I would assume it will
I
stay.
haven't read about that.
Ah,
I think. Did I? Did I read about that?
I have actually read about it. This is one of the few weapons that space in any sort of shadow, the cold of space will freeze it. And if you're not in shadow and you're close to the star, the thermal energy coming off of the star will melt it. So it does work in space. Modify it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just open the door a little bit, quickly throw some out, and then close it again before it cools down entirely.
Open the door a little bit, peek the tip of it out, stuff some lead in, and then pull it back in.
You remember how fast the alcohol froze, right?
Yeah, okay.
I still reckon going near a sun if we can, because that's going to be a big source of heat. It clearly likes heat.
But we have no movement right now, right?
I'm going to shout a single word at the ceiling with a question mark. Home? And see what it says to that. I mean,
we will have some knowledge of.
Stop spinning.
yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere, and it obviously needs heat.
Yeah.
So it looks lost
Yeah, it's lonely.
and it's lonely.
It obviously knows what company it is.
Yeah. Could have also
Take a
asked
minute.
lost. Take all the time. We're not going. Whoa, we're still a week out, so apparently.
Okay. So it doesn't give you words. It starts drawing pictures. First thing it
Mhm.
draws is a very detailed picture of a very long spaceship, and you only really get a sense of the scale after it starts drawing various other smaller ships. It shows a couple of different solar system lines between various ships, and that after a while you realize it's starting to sort of draw like the history of everywhere it's been. Then at the end of the history, there's your ship. By comparison, your ship is like a tiny speck compared to that first ship.
Wow.
So, Vi, do you recognize any of these? How far has it traveled?
Probably
Yeah, I
our
don't
fancy AI can.
recognize a lot of these, but that big one, the Arc, that's even this strand of, like, you know how there's solar system, galaxy, clusters,
Mm-hmm.
arms, and strands?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's from that far away.
Right. They've
So
been
I'm not
around
really
for a bit.
surprised it doesn't understand us.
Oh, it does now, sort of.
Yeah.
Quick learner.
Kind of multi-business, maybe?
So,
Hey,
oh,
Like a hive.
hive mind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
dang it, it's the Borg. It's always the Borg, isn't it?
No, it's the replicators.
Oh, even better.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah.
Well, we're done. I mean,
Well, we're already dead.
yeah. Yeah, we just don't know it yet.
So chances are we're not going to be able to get this thing home.
Well, judging by this elaborate answer, it definitely knows where it is and it's not lost.
Yeah.
No, it does seem
Pretty
to have a
lonely.
memory.
Yeah, it might
But
not
it's-
want to go home.
It does not really have a home,
Shall we
perhaps.
Shall we
It's
just
what
bring it with us to the mining facility? I'm sure it'll be fine.
Been to a couple of solar systems. Apparently, they didn't have an issue with it, or maybe they did.
Yeah.
It doesn't really specify.
It doesn't say.
Maybe they are dead sons now. And
Nothing lives there anymore now.
Maybe this is all of its conquerors, all of its achievements. Oh yeah, you know, I converted and took over this ship and this planet, and this star.
um,
right. I ask food, wondering if they just need temperature or anything else.
Yeah. What do you eat? I would
Yeah.
assume.
Okay, so you ask it food, and you ask it what do you. So, in response to food, it image something that you can't really discern. It's sort of like a sphere of sorts, but like it's empty with a middle. And Vi goes, "Oh, I know that one. It's an atom.
yes.
Ah, right.
Now, which one is it?"
Well, it doesn't have an electron, so it's none.
And then,
All right.
in response to "What do you eat?" it displays the symbol for the word force.
Force. Well, that's ambiguous.
Say, Vi, do we have some plutonium or something laying around somewhere?
Like
Perhaps
you.
it likes that. Weapons grade uranium, perhaps.
You know,
If
really
we
heavy
did,
stuff.
I would like to know where it's at so I can jettison it.
Dang
Yes,
it.
that's the idea. Yeah. Glad we're on the same page.
Oh, do we have a bar of gold, perhaps? That's also quite dense, or platinum. You know, usual things you have in your cupboard.
You mean like lead?
Lead is quite heavy, to be fair. That's a dense material. I wonder if they actually eat matter.
I asked, do you need food?
They've not been eating the ship so far.
So,
How would it?
oh, we thought it yes
So-
or no.
So over here it has symbol for no. Here it has the symbol for yes. Here it has a symbol for no, and then over here it has a symbol for yes. Here it has a symbol for maybe.
Okay.
Right. Some of them are, some of them aren't. And some of them could.
Oh, you have
know
two
what it is.
symbols over here: not, and then necessary, and then not.
Right. So you know the ones that say yes, you give them fries, and then the ones that say no will come eat from it.
Uh-huh. Those are the females. Check.
Yes.
They have gender.
Oh, you got snacks?
Too generalized? Maybe.
Yes,
Probably.
the space horror has genders. All 500 of them.
Oh.
Right.
So
We need to find out what it wants.
yeah, they seem to be okay out there. So we don't really have the need to let them inside, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
I
say
already
the
showed you what it ate. It showed a very detailed picture of an atom.
Yes.
Just which one is it?
Well, all of them probably. It eats matter.
do we,
No, well, it did not eat the ship yet.
Yeah, do we recognise that atom, or is it a generic atom? You know what I mean?
Pi doesn't.
Or just,
Does Otis?
oh yeah, not sure.
Pi says or
Generic atom sounds like a company out of the Fallout universe.
Yes. But it's general atoms though.
Close enough. See, I was close.
That's why it sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Right. Well, you say it's you say the ship's not as cold as it was.
Yeah, it stopped bleeding us from heat.
Are we moving at any speed at all now, or are we?
you guys have been moving at the beginning of the
Okay.
space.
That was maneuvering. That
Can we
was.
maneuver now?
Oh yeah, maneuvering. Okay, but we are still going in the right direction anyway. So hey.
Yeah.
Space has friction, just so infinitesimally small that you only really notice it over. And the only other thing that could slow down or change this would be wells. Ship for that when it's
Yes. Makes sense.
I asked them, how do you move? Because that is probably how they lose their energy and thus their heat.
how is it going? Right, this. You guys didn't get math, did
I mean, we did stuff with frequencies, and they probably know math because they responded with patterns.
I didn't speak math to it.
All right.
But I don't
So
speak
it's
math
gonna
in
explain how
general.
it moves with its version of math.
Oh,
course.
Lots of radial lines and semicircles all interwoven together in a locking or connected pattern that, as you look at it, actually rotates around because, you know, ice, it has to melt.
Pretty.
And, you know, it's all a set of symbols that you haven't seen before because, of course, the numbers are different.
Mhm.
Of course. Well, I shove
I'll-
it into Otis's queue for when he's done with the atom thing.
I'll
Something
ask
to
it
think
if it
about.
can. I'll ask the creature if it can see.
Oh yeah, ask about the frequency range of lighters, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I'll draw a circle and say, "Can you see this?" Circle, and then point. Maybe.
Get
'Cause if it
lots of.
Right. Okay. So it can't see. So that's going to make maths a little bit harder, I suppose. Maybe like symbols.
Well, I'm assuming you're drawing it inside the ship and they are outside.
Well, yeah, but okay.
You ask the
Right,
question,
smart.
can you see this? And don't provide any relevant information as to what you're. No, I guess I can't.
in the paper, but yeah.
Maybe we can share a whiteboard session over Teams with them.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
No internet, remember?
Do you have Office 365? No.
License ran out.
Yeah. About 1 billion years ago.
License
We've
ran
got
out 365 millennia ago.
a local network though, don't we?
Yeah.
Even if we don't have internet, I'd imagine.
You can ask what its IP address is.
Well, one of us could go outside and try and teach it mathematical symbols or our language, the alphabet.
No.
Might make it a bit easier.
Yeah, but then you have to be out in space and.
Got
Oh,
sprites.
we know a
Yeah.
bit about what's out there now.
Yeah.
More than an hour ago.
Yeah, we know that it's lonely.
You know what's really out there. Like, shouldn't even be in this part of the universe out there.
Yeah. I ask, what is it doing here?
Purpose.
Oh, well, that's fair. Anti-spiral.
But that. What does that mean?
Anti-spiral. What?
Anti-spiral.
Are they traveling against the rotational?
Force of the universe.
Yeah. Thanks.
I rolled the dice to see how cryptic it's gonna be about that answer, and it said all of the cryptic. Okay, I'll be blunt about it and then not explain it at all.
Right, fair enough.
Thanks.
Further questions into the inquiry of what it's doing, just respond with anti-spiral, like it's supposed to be obvious. You know, the anti-spiral, everyone does it.
Hey, Fi, don't you have some old CRT monitors somewhere that we can tuck outside and display an image onto them?
No.
Dang it.
Just no.
Hij is bland as well.
What have we got?
Oh, do we have RGB on the outside of our ship?
You got the cameras, that's R and B.
We've got headlamps.
R and
Oh.
I mean,
But,
ships usually have signal lights, right?
Well, we've got landing lights. They ran away from the lights, didn't they?
It does.
Yeah, it doesn't like light.
Yeah, but that means it can see it.
Not necessarily. Light also has a vibrational.
Yeah,
Light-
okay. They can
yeah.
feel it and find it
Visual.
uncomfortable. That's possible too.
They can
They
They
feel
can
it,
perceive it, is what I mean.
yeah. Light has a frequency it vibrates at and impact force particle that it's like so lightweight that it may as well be.
Mm-hmm.
But that means they can perceive it at least.
They can tell that it's there and don't like it because it's right on the edge of their perception, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, like the mosquito.
Yes. I'm gonna ask it anyway. Is it lost?
Again, mixed messages. Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
Dang it.
It knows where
I'll-
it's been. It's shown you
Some-
that.
Yeah.
some of them are teenagers. Check.
It might not know where it's going. It's following instinct, probably. Might not be as intelligent as we give it.
Good guess.
Yay.
How did you guys actually
It's like
through this instead of freak?
Yeah, I
We've got a
mean,
little bit of freaking out.
something to do while we're on the way.
It's
Well,
something
there's
to
not-
do while we get to the next system, and then as soon as we get there, I will just fly into the sun.
nothing is exploding around me, so I'm okay.
I mean,
Hmm.
flying into a sun is still on the tables. You know.
Oh yeah, so it's side slipping,
Yeah.
absolutely.
No.
But
I can tell
But-
you one thing: side slipping would 100% get rid of it. You would not
Yeah.
be in the same zone of space as it. You wouldn't even be in the same dimension.
no, but what would happen to us? That's
Same thing
kind
that
of-
happened last time, except maybe
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Nothing bad, probably.
So and
like
for
like
now
when I
we're not.
say you guys got
immediate
lucky
danger.
last time. You spawned about 2 or 3 feet off of the base of that mountain.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could have spawned in the mountain.
However,
Yeah.
there were holes in your ship. So unless you all have a spacesuit, I would recommend not.
Ah, baby.
Just not.
I mean, yeah. Well, we're probably not gonna yet. Well, it's no longer killing us with the lack of heat, and we're still going towards the thing. It doesn't seem malicious or violent. I say just bring it along for the ride.
Yeah, we are at a bit of an equilibrium with it, I guess.
Yeah, bring it along for a sightseeing tour.
Teach it some math.
Yeah,
I can
Maybe
see it now. You
somehow.
guys show up to the system and the rights are like, okay, so disengage your stealth systems. We can't. No, you
Okay.
need to disengage
Yeah.
your stealth systems if you're dock here. We need to be able to see your ship on the imaging. Yeah. We
Sorry, the
can't.
button is broken.
it's yeah, we can't. Why not?
I ask it. It doesn't want to.
yeah. We
Sorry.
can kind of ask it, yeah. We could
I
ask all
asked. It
sorts
doesn't
of
feel like it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is your
That's
system
good, ask all
malfunctioning?
sorts
No,
of
everything's
right.
working properly.
Yeah.
So why can't you turn your stealth off?
doesn't
Well, you
want
see what happened was.
It's a bit grumpy at the moment because I asked it a personal question.
It's a bit
It's a really
hungry, yeah.
smart AI.
This is starting to sound like an episode of Lex. Don't know if you know that sci-fi series, but it's about a spaceship which is a world destroyer and weird things happen. This is something that could happen in that series.
Oh, that's a spaceship that has a mind of its own, right?
Yes.
And the
And
crew is not always
definitely-
agreeing with it.
No. Definitely bringing along weird shit.
Oh, it's basically a spaceship going through puberty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So I ask it what it is looking for or what its desires are. I mean, it said that it needs warmth and is lonely. Is it
What
looking
do you
for
want?
anything? Yeah, what do you want? It's
What
looking
do
for
you
anything
want with
specific.
us?
Yeah.
What was it from Babylon 5 again? What do you want? And who are you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
There we go. The two fundamental questions of the universe of Babylon 5.
All right, those are
I
good
thought for a
questions.
second that they
It's
were the
ours.
shadows at first, but they turned out to be smaller
And smarter.
and friendlier.
Right.
And
So,
friendlier. Lots friendlier.
in response to what do you want, just displays every single word that you guys taught it that corresponds to an object, and then the word temporary next to it. And then in response to who are you, it gives you two.
Of course.
Nice.
Lol.
So, is it seeking for knowledge? Perhaps does it just want to
Yeah, possibly.
learn?
Experience everything. Yeah. Yeah.
I suppose we.
If it's not eating us, then we can only assume it just wants to experience everything.
Yeah,
Assumption.
we could start giving it a paperclip and then start trading from there.
Nice.
We'll give it a
And at the end
paperclip
we-
and tell it to make more. And eventually
Yes.
the entire universe will be paperclip.
And they are very helpful paperclips. They pop up every time you want to write a letter.
No. No.
Ah,
Let me stop you right there.
We will, in the end, we will be left with just a paperclip, and they will fly over the ship probably. So. I mean, we could throw one of the bar stools outside and see if they like it for 10 minutes, and then they throw it back in, and then they want the next object.
Well, that is certainly an experiment.
You're still wearing the spacesuit, so go right ahead.
I'll be a bit careful at first. Maybe they want a spacesuit.
Oh no, wait, Bob was wearing the spacesuit.
Oh yeah,
I confused myself there.
I had a wardrobe malfunction, and suddenly Bob was in it.
Oh,
You
my
are
clothes.
the spacesuit.
The suits are rather form-fitting. Will fit on any.
Yeah. It is very convenient.
Well,
I'm running out of ideas.
yeah. Me
So,
too.
are you guys gonna chuck a chair outside and see?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, so something that is maybe something that is more replaceable to us than those very expensive chairs. But
We can chuck the lid of the crate that I've been using. I mean, we're almost there. I don't need it anymore.
Give it some schnapps.
good idea.
You wanna get it drunk?
It's
That
gonna
sounds
be
like a good
hilarious.
idea.
Oh,
Well,
I thought so.
only half of it eats, allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It'll only be half drunk.
And you know, alcohol warms the soul. They will be less lonely, less cold.
Yeah.
It's all good stuff.
In a moment, they'll start singing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the yeah.
Okay.
What are you throwing outside? Lid?
That
So,
is
yeah,
ignored.
I go to the hangar. I'll unpressurize the thing, open the door, and pour out a little drink and say, "Here you go, such sprites," and then close the door. Head back up.
So, where are you
Bottoms
leaving
up.
up? Are you sitting it against the hull of the ship, or are you floating it? Sir.
Against the hull of the ship, so it's
Okay.
it's still there. Yeah.
Oh, did our fancy AI find an answer to the Adam thing yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh,
I think
excuse
it's
me.
been in your drink, Mark, that AI. It's a bit slow today.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are asking a really complicated question. It's only a ship AI.
You know.
Well, I mean, I've seen all those sci-fi stories where they have a gigantic supercomputer being replaced by a single human brain with some probes in it. So I'm assuming it's really quick, you know.
It
Yeah.
will get there when it gets there. I mean, that's also the thing in sci-fi. Right when we need it.
Of course, of course.
Gotta wait for the. Oh, what
It'll
did
give you
Terry
an
Pratchett
answer
call that?
right when you're about to need it.
Yeah.
The narrative necessity.
Oh yes.
The thing.
Ah, yes, it looks like the alien organism eats hardened steel. What's it made of? Hardened steel. Oh, fuck.
Dang it. I wish we had a
Narrative
concrete
necessity.
ship now.
Do you have any
Okay,
lifeboats?
so, Bob, if you're still in there after the pressure returns, you hear it actually going through the resonant frequency against the whole, like, inspecting.
Scanning.
And
Bleep blorp.
if you sit there long enough, you can hear it try to communicate with it as well.
Very nice.
Awesome. Oh,
It does not
doesn't.
understand the difference between living,
No.
organic, and non-living.
We need to teach it that quickly.
Probably yes.
But how?
Huh.
It doesn't know about death.
Ah,
So, but
no.
it did stop killing us.
Yeah, but that's maybe also just because it warmed up. Might have been just chance.
Could be. That's not good. If it was that.
Or maybe it's just been to enough places with sentient life that able to understand that sometimes it makes things uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But also to enough places to know that anything could be alive.
Every time
Oh.
somebody goes and dies, they are like,
Oh, interesting.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
How
Poking a
odd,
dead
let's try
body.
it again. There is another one.
Bleep bloop.
A scientist is the worst thing to have as a mind if you're like this thing that kills everything. Like, oh,
Yes.
interesting, they died. Does that happen every time? This one has a gun, do they also die?
After it's finished. Ooh,
Oh,
sorry.
we can tell it that it will not understand when I say the contents of the cup. Shit.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna try to explain that it was food, but
This is exactly the describe the color red without using.
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
The cup is solid. The liquid is frozen.
It
For
would
now.
freeze pretty quick. It'd be liquid for a little while and make a shape before it froze.
Yeah, and it's very different. The alcohol, so it takes a while.
Yeah, it's alcohol. But it's already been through the freezing process, so
It went yellow first, and then then froze solid, like with vodka. But yeah, if it understands those concepts, might understand that this as well.
I'm wondering if they can process matter at all. Maybe it's a case of I have no mount, but I must drink.
I have no mouth, but I'm lonely.
Me sad.
I have no.
Oh, drama.
Cold and alone forever in space.
I think it's a puberty.
All alone in the dark.
Nice. That's a Babylon 5 reference again.
Okay, so you guys start like trying to explain to it that like, oh, the alcohol isn't alive, and
yeah.
eventually you get to like the point
saying we gave you this thing to response is why? That's- now you've just confused it. So, huh? You're giving me part of yourself. I don't understand. It still thinks the ship is a living being. Doesn't understand there are things inside of it that are alive.
Oh,
That's
point.
a good point.
thank
Maybe
you
we
for
are
that
the
insight.
first. Yeah,
I needed
maybe
that.
we are the first that actually try to communicate with it.
Possibly.
Possibly.
It would be terrible because of its long journey, but it's possible.
Yeah, maybe it was just trying to find something to communicate with all along.
Because it's lonely.
Yes.
Sorry.
So,
Imagine-
you guys got weeks track left. Do you have enough time to teach it the concept that the ship itself isn't alive, but it is inside of it alive, and those things are what's
Yes. Oh, we totally do that.
Yeah, let's do that. That seems like a good idea.
And
Also-
of course, we ask it about where it's been.
And I'll keep checking various things out to it for it to inspect and play
Yeah,
with.
just anytime you make any sort of question reference where it's been or where home is, what its origin, my parents are, or whatever, it just shows you the map again.
Alright. Check.
Yeah, I've been thinking as if you are a species that gets to the point where you begin to evolve into a hive mind, which they seem to be mostly, but there are differing opinions around
They do have
among them.
Yeah.
So they are probably halfway that evolution, I would say. At some point, you realize that all of you becomes one, which must be very lonely. So,
Yeah.
I
So there is
suppose that's where the
actually-
lonely comes from.
There's an interesting philosophical event that occurs with hive mind with consciousness. It actually fractures into multiple personalities, and
Oh, no.
then eventually all those personalities come back together. They remain
Become-
individuals, but they are all still you and still share one consciousness.
They basically become copies of themselves.
Yeah. And then when you get to
Yeah.
that point, you do this thing where you start taking
They harmonize.
other things' consciousness and incorporating it. Not like ripping it out of their body and stealing it, but just like interacting with them. You can incorporate it into your own mind by creating another fracture.
They're learning.
By creating an understanding of it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Neat.
Yeah.
I understand the loneliness of something that became a single consciousness. I think.
It is very much you're in a room with all your closest friends, but nobody's talking to you because they're all imaginary. It's like
They're
that.
all you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all know exactly the same thing. You have nothing to talk about amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
You
why
can't
it's
surprise yourself. Yeah.
just like how you can't tickle yourself.
Ah,
You can
That's a
have
good,
interesting debates with yourself because you can take up an opinion and a different philosophy for both sides of an argument, have an interesting discussion. Eventually, you run out of stuff to think about.
That's just thinking. Yeah.
But that's why it's so interested in new
Everything.
things, everything.
Yeah.
It wants to look, touch, feel, interact with everything, even if it hurts it, because that's information. That's something that's different.
That's new. Do we know anything really interesting nearby? That it hasn't been to yet? I don't know. Let's not bring it to other humans, but I don't know. What do you call it?
I suppose we
A
could
na-
like
a nice,
Space thing.
a nice nebula.
Yeah,
An
nebula.
asteroid
That's the
field.
word, I think. Yeah.
So the
A
cool
planet.
thing about this space horror is, even if you show it like 2 smartphones produced on the same day at the same factory with all the same components and all of the same like bin numbers, like this microchip was right next to the other microchip on the wafer when they were cutting them, and it all lined up perfectly. So they're literally, this phone is all of the parts in column A, and this phone is all of the parts in column 2, and you showed that to this thing, it would still find something interesting and different about each of them, even though to anybody else it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's very perceptive.
More perceptive than I am.
Especially today.
Oh no, it was knowledge.
Like,
I know everything.
it is actually a really intelligent consciousness. It takes it a bit to get to a point where it understands a thing.
Yeah, and it's different.
I suppose in my experimentation of giving it different things to look at and experience, at some point I'll have just like blasted some music out of the computer. I imagine we've got like a couple of terabytes of cheesy 90s dance music.
Yeah, I installed
Probably,
Winamp last week.
And classical
old school.
music and various things.
As long as you inform it that it's music and this is something that your people do for enjoyment.
Yeah. We, with everything, we try to explain what it is and what its use is, and
Yeah, it'll be a case of ooh, you'll love this. It's called music, and we listen to it for enjoyment and pleasure and all the other things.
wait until we get to emotions. Don't tell it about emotions.
Don't
It will
tell
try
it
to
about
find them.
emotion.
No, I'm not
It
teaching.
will
that
try to
language.
find them.
I'll give you this warning now. If you tell it about emotion, it is going to give you an existential crisis.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
It does already have some understanding of emotions. I mean, it said it's lonely.
Yeah, exactly.
It understands the and the context for what it means for species that it's interacting with. That from context that your word structure, how your language.
Yeah, it understands that it's the only thing like itself.
Yeah.
It might have said alone, and it would have meant the same thing for that thing.
Yeah.
For the creature.
There is a subtle difference between alone and.
Yeah, but I'm not smart enough to understand that. But it is. Yeah, I understand.
So does it like the music? I'm wondering about. Is it making a new dubstep
Analyze it, and
mix?
it finds it interesting. Finds everything interesting.
Of course.
It breaks down the different harmonies and the chord structures. Starts finding patterns between songs. The way the lyrics are strung. Teaching it more words.
Yeah.
Guys, I have
how bad are those words?
Yeah, it depends. Which
NWA
90s songs are you showing it?
I feel like a parent now. Don't teach it that.
Don't tell it about curse words.
Not old enough yet.
Our ship will be in the dock while we are walking another planet, and it's suddenly making horrible dubstep noises.
Wow, wow, wow.
You guys rock up to the mining planet and it's playing Booty Got Back.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this jet black thing that's invisible, but making noise. Yeah. That'll be an entrance.
We should ask it if it can congregate on one part of the ship rather than spread out across all of it, and sort of like maybe I don't know. Do we know that it's causing some sort of? Would we know that it causes a stealth effect when it comes to being detected?
Yeah, good point. Do we
For
understand
how long
that?
you guys are talking to it, I'm gonna that you have that being your is able to
Right. Cool.
I'll be away from microphone for a moment, but I'm still listening. By the way, you don't want to listen to me though.
I don't
Yeah,
know. There are some
so
people out there really weird.
yeah, but not. I'm not even going to speak for us in this call because so yeah, so at least we know if we do rock up, we can ask. What about a name? Has it got a name? Has it got a designation?
It told
Can we
you
give it?
initially that its name was. But now that it's gotten a little better grip on the language, it informs you that its given name, several species, is.
Right.
Ah,
I'll ask it if we can call it 42 or whether it has a preferred. No, if that's its
It indicates that you may call it. Well,
cool.
okay. So I've thought of a get rich quick scheme, guys.
Ah,
I mean,
do
yeah,
like these.
we can get it like
abuse the space puppy.
yeah. Listen, we can give it like a top 1,000 of music and tell it to make something like that, and we bring it out under the name of the ship as our band, and we are rich, and then we can buy it all the heat at once. So,
I thought you said it would get
know
rich quick
those
scheme.
YouTube videos where run a engine off of like the output that AI gives them. Like they give the AI, we enter into a dungeon, the dungeon is dark, and then the AI generates the rest of the story. It would be like that.
yeah,
It would make sense for about 3 lines, and then it wouldn't.
dang it. Okay, maybe we need to focus on one genre. Hmm.
Indeed. I suppose we just keep teaching it and talking to it and having fun whilst we
Yeah.
slowly make our way towards the mining facility, knowing that we can ask 42 to just like group up so we can at least dock. I'm guessing so, unless anybody else has what else I want to do.
I like our new space puppy.
Already knows about this thing. It's able to completely absorb the ship's heat. It will not the way of any sort and avoid light. So if you go to a planet, it's hide in the cracks between the panels on the ship. Get into a dogfight, it's not gonna.
Yes.
Makes sense.
We won't want our puppy to protect, the 42 to protect us. We need to protect it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally. We
We
adopted
need
this
to
space
show it
puppy
the
now.
world, universe.
Without
Show it the
light.
stars.
Show you the world, and then that one, and that one, and that over there.
And that
So-
is a sun.
That probably explains why it's not grouped around a sun or a star, right? It would like the temperature, but it does not like the light.
The heat. Oh yeah, the
It
the
needs
light.
heat without temperature. Without
Yeah. Traveling
light.
between planets would calculate wait until shadow passed over some that you just.
Oh, poor 42. He must have spent like quite a bit of travelling time unable to avoid.
A
Say
lot
quite a
of
bit.
weight.
Yeah.
It can live on the dark side of the moon. Wait, no, that's not always dark. Dang
It's
it.
not always dark.
Yeah.
It would constantly be running around the moon.
Oh no! Ah!
Run,
Yeah.
run. Um,
We can make it a train that always travels on the dark side. We call it Blaine.
yeah, I was thinking about plane earlier. Don't know why.
Could just like give it a hamster black.
Nice. We We can fix a dome on the ship. It can hide in,
There you go.
which is just
Yeah, I'm thinking
shielded from light.
even if we dock somewhere, it will probably stay with the ship anyway because it says to move through the light to get somewhere else, I suppose. It will try to avoid that.
And
The only
How
time
did
it'd
it
be
get-
able to get outside of the ship during nighttime if there's no and there's no.
how did it get here?
Out into the middle of space away from where it can? Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
It
Probably
gave
hopped
you
off a ship when they turned on the lights.
it gave you a mathematical formula for how it moves. Until somebody figures that out. Probably not you
Ortis.
guys. Probably not even Ortis. That's
No.
just like it's alien math. It's not even like standard model.
Right.
So like until someone figures that out, you're probably not gonna get a straight answer.
No.
Well, at least we can communicate with it now. That's a good start.
That is a
We can, over time, teach it our way of mathematics and physics and stuff. Find common ground, I guess.
you teach it the standard model. It's just like, oh no, that's all wrong. It doesn't actually work. Maybe it doesn't work that way. See, quantum mechanics and larger mechanics are actually the same thing. Just no, I don't exist in superposition.
Oh, there is actually, since this week, there is almost definitive proof that there is physics outside our known physics model. Thanks
of
to
course
an
there is.
experiment in the Large Hadron Collider, I believe.
Even if the physics weren't different in our local space, if you go to another strand of the universe like this thing has been from, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
The distance is just so vast.
Right. Interesting, though.
So the mining thing we're going, is that a planet or asteroid?
So the base is on a planet with about times gravity, and it uses a rail system to launch ships into space, like almost like a cannon.
Right. And how many suns does it have?
It is actually a trinary. There is a ignited gas giant orbiting a class 2 star with a red dwarf orbiting around the edge of the and
So-
as you can imagine, with that much gravity going over the place, planets didn't really have a chance. But all that material is still right there, ripe for the picking. And if they don't take it, then it's just going to fall into the stars.
So it is sort of a mining belt.
The mining belt around a failed planetary system.
Yeah. So is there any place before that where we can construct a dome on the hull for our new?
Yeah, we need a box or something for 42, don't we?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I want to invite it into the ship, but I want to protect it.
I'm thinking we have the lid of the box that we have as a leftover. Do we have the box itself somewhere still?
Yeah.
That's empty?
Yeah,
It wasn't just a lid.
the box itself is empty at the moment, but you could empty it out and then put it outside and have the lid about to, and then put it out there for a bit.
Communicate what it is for, why it is there.
Yeah, but we might want to attach it to the hull, I suppose. It has to survive landing and taking off.
Yeah.
Duct tapes box to the side of hull. Definitely going to survive
Yeah,
I mean,
if it's just a mining station on a failed protoplanet, then there's not going to be much re-entry. Is a
There really isn't going to be much, but like I said, it's still 1 point Earth gravity.
yeah,
Oh,
but
right,
that
right.
doesn't matter if there's no.
Mm.
That's the big.
Oh, we're just docking with like a space station.
Yeah, it sounds more plausible, to be honest. But dice are rolling. I'm assuming.
Right. You guys are gonna stick the box outside of the hole and tell it to get in?
No, I just asked a question.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Do we
didn't-
have a?
Oh,
Is there an atmosphere, basically, where
Where
we're
Is
we're-
there an atmosphere
going.
on the mining base?
Yes.
No, there's the
Cool.
iron core stopped spinning.
In that
That's
case,
good.
we don't have to worry about re-entry or anything like that
Yep.
for this journey.
Mhm.
yeah,
I was
and
just making a joke about things outside of the hole held on by duct tape.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
But we could actually
But
legit
it's
do
a
that
good.
for this one.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's a good question. And we might be able to construct that dome thing. Sorry, excuse me. At the mining station.
yeah, when we are docked there, there should be plenty of tools, I suppose.
That material. Yeah.
Also, side eyeing the out of character time. Should we leave some notes about this to the A team at least?
I was
Assuming they read
also
them at all.
going to mention something
Absolutely.
like that. Yes. We'll have to leave
All of it.
extensive notes about 42.
Tell it to Vi as well. Like,
Yeah.
should we pass out and wake up a bit confused? Tell him about our new space puppy, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's friendly. It's
Tell
okay.
them don't dare to kill it.
And where we're going and what we're doing.
This is the plan. We're going to build the dome. Going to journey with us for now.
And also
Yes.
the job as well that we're going to do.
Oh,
I think we explained the job last time, so that should still be in the notes anyway.
Yeah.
oh,
This
we
is just an
did, yeah.
addendum to. By the way, on the way there,
Yeah, we picked up a hitchhiker. Yeah.
Yeah. A space
And we will
puppy.
show it to universe.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It currently lives in a box, but we need a better box.
It's very smart.
Yeah.
And it thermal shields the ship.
Yes,
We can
there is
ask
an
it to
upside
do
to
that.
it.
Yeah. Accidental stealth ship.
It might not always do it, but in a pinch it might actually be useful.
Guys, we need to install heating elements on the outside, and whenever something happens, we can say direct more power to the thermal shielding, and then we turn on the heat elements so they flock to it. And then
just staple guns some
Then nobody sees
heated
us.
blankets to the outside.
Nice. Nice.
We got a pet.
And we need
Yes.
one of those engine mechanics that always in a fight finds 10% extra power.
Of
Yeah.
course. We need more power.
I can do it
Captain,
in
there
5
isn't any.
hours. You've got 20 minutes. That sort of thing.
That's
Yeah.
all she got.
I need
Ooh.
more power, Captain. You don't understand. It's a generator. It has a maximum output.
Hand crank it. Ah.
I can't just crank it. And if I could, it takes hours.
You've got 5 minutes.
You got 5 minutes. Make it happen.
There is an
Or
electric
roll that.
screwdriver. Right.
Oh,
Okay.
So we
Oh,
fashion
awesome.
Recording there.
Yeah, that was fun.